So now we're going to take a look at sampling from an infinite population. So sometimes we want to select a sample but find it's not possible to obtain a list of all the elements in the population. So as a result, we cannot construct a frame. And so that's one of those words that we've been learning. So I'll just kind of highlight there. We cannot construct a frame for the population. Hence, we cannot use the random number selection procedure. Most often, the situation occurs in infinite population cases. So an infinite population is like parts being manufactured or transactions occurring, like people buying stuff at a store, or telephone calls coming in to like a help desk or whatever, or customers entering a store. So populations are often generated by an ongoing process where there is no upper limit on the number of units that can be generated. So there's no roster, right? No finite number of items. Some examples of ongoing processes with infinite populations are like these. So how do we do it? In the case of an infinite population, we must select a random sample. And so again, whether it's a finite or an infinite population, in each case, we're selecting a random sample. In finite, the frame is that we have a list. And then we could choose to randomly choose items, choose elements from that list, choose elements from the list. That's how we do the random sample. And here, the random sample in an infinite population is in the case of an infinite population, select a random sample in order to make valid statistical inferences about the population from which the sample is taken. And so inferences, population, sample, right? We do a sample so we can make inferences about a population. A random sample from an infinite population is a sample selected such that the following conditions are satisfied. So a random sample from an infinite population, random sample from an infinite population, just highlighting keywords here. Each element selected comes from the population of interest. That's kind of like a big no duh to me. And each element is selected independently. So that's how you select. So you just say, here is, it's an infinite population. Here's my population of interest. Here's all the items in the warehouse. And I'm going to choose them randomly, and they're selected independently. So I'm not going to choose based upon one being right next to the other, and just repeat that down the line. Like I'll find some random way to choose the elements from the population of interest. So that's how you choose. That's how you sample from an infinite population. Again, it's just randomly choose the elements you're going to study.